Hello, Mary Bradshaw Coons here, coming to you again today asking you, what do these things have in common? First, we have a microphone. La 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 la. Next, a shoulder sling. Third, a pair of handcuffs. And finally, Facebook. These are all items to help you know things that you should tell your personal injury attorney when you have a personal injury claim. The first thing, the microphone here, represents prior statements. Prior statements that you, the injured party, made to possibly the investigating police officer, possibly the adjuster, if you spoke to them prior to hiring your attorney, possibly your medical providers, be it your doctor, the ambulance provider, if you spoke to possibly a fireman there at the scene. All of these statements previously given can greatly affect your claim and also affect what decisions your attorney makes as far as how they want to proceed on your claim. I've had clients where they thought maybe if they didn't tell me about some prior statements that they made, that it would protect them, but actually in the end it ended up harming them because I didn't have that information, and I had tools in my tool belt that I could have used to protect them against those previous statements, but since they didn't tell me about them, they took those tools away from me. So it's always safer to provide your personal injury attorney as much information as possible, as opposed to holding things back because you think they may hurt you. What hurts you the most is not sharing that information with your attorney. Next, we've got this sling here, and this represents prior injuries. I've had clients that thought that their prior injuries weren't related in any way to the car wreck, and that definitely could be the case, but when that information is not communicated to the personal injury attorney, the fact that you had prior injuries, it could greatly, again, harm your claim, and then also take away tools that the personal injury attorney has to help you in your current personal injury claim. There are also issues that are called exacerbations or aggravating factors, so that if your attorney knew that you had those pre-existing injuries, they would be able to communicate with the adjuster effectively, explaining that the car accident or the personal injury exacerbated or made worse those pre-existing injuries. But if you don't communicate with your attorney about the injuries already being there, then they can't really make that argument. And again, you've taken another tool out of their tool belt. Past criminal history. I've had several clients who have not told me about their past criminal history when I've asked about it, thinking that it's not relevant, which I totally understand. That doesn't seem to be a relevant argument. But in Texas, if your case were to go to trial, the defense attorney would be able to talk about crimes of moral turpitude. And you might be asking, what is that? And there's a long definition, but the basic short definition is it goes to your credibility or honesty as a witness. And some of the crimes that are covered under moral turpitude that a defense attorney could talk about are things like mail fraud or aggravated assault, failure to stop and render aid. It's not a complete list, but just to give you a couple of ideas. So you definitely want to communicate with your attorney. Again, not take the tools out of their tool belt. Give them all the information that they need to successfully move forward on your claim or your case. And lastly, here we've got Facebook. You definitely want to tell your attorney about any previous posts that you've made in social media about your accident, places you've checked in, things that an adjuster may be able to look to or try to point to, or a defense attorney show to a jury and say, oh, they couldn't have been hurting. They did this. They checked into the gym 15 times in the first 2 weeks after their accident, or whatever examples that there may be. Clients have always thought, oh, well, I deleted that. Sadly, lots of times, information on the internet just doesn't go away. So you want to definitely communicate with your attorney and provide them the information about any public posts or social media posts that you've made following your personal injury. Stay safe.